Marathon sucks. It's what I would say if I was one of those bitch ass Twitter bots. Marathon is brutal. Marathon is intense.
Last one on me. Got her.
Marathon is inclusive. The real question here is Marathon good? Marathon is like a fast car. I mean, like a really fast car. Right, we gotta take the hour-long course to learn how to drive it ahead of time. That type of fast. I only say that because if you do decide to take the course, then you're having the time of your life. You're driving this beautiful fast car. You're drifting corners. You're taking turns going 85 miles per hour. It's amazing. And if you don't, well,
You probably die.
And honestly, that was the best way I can think of describing Marathon. Everything about Marathon is beautiful. The maps are beautiful. The guns are cool. Vandal's hot. I mean, and the gameplay is fun, even though it's unforgiving at times. I can almost guarantee you the payoff is always going to outweigh the struggle. And honestly, I know what you're thinking right now. Why should I listen to this guy talk about Marathon? He doesn't seem very experienced, and that is true. I only have 80 hours in the game, but we have something in common. I suck, and you probably do too. And for whatever reason, you suck and I suck does not matter. But guess what? We suck together. Wait. But the reason why I think I'm the perfect person to talk about Marathon is because I suck. I suck and I fell in love with Marathon, and that should say enough. So real quick, I just want to go over my experience. My experience with extraction shooters were very limited. I played Tarkov for like 4 hours, and I got some guns, got some bullets to go for the guns, got some mods to go for the guns. I got some armor that goes for the guns. I got bullets that only
do certain type, that only pierce certain type of armor. I needed like a whole bachelor's degree just to figure out Tarkov.
That lasted 4 hours maximum. Cause what the fuck is that? Like I imagine a Tarkov player just kind of sitting in their room, and they're just like, they have a board just with all the mapped out mods and the most optimal paths of doing things, and I'm like,
Yeah, no.
but my real kind of first experience with extraction shooters would probably be like most of us. Arc Raiders was amazing. I put 300 hours into it. I sunk 3 months of my life into it. Most of my free time went to it. It was awesome. But to me personally, as a guy who can be more on the PvP side of things, I found it a little bit lacking. And I get maybe that's not what they were going for, and I understand that, but it was honestly my favorite part of playing an extraction shooter, the intensity of a PvP fight. So after about 300 hours, I decided my time at Arc Raiders was done. So I felt like Tarkov was too far one way, Arc Raiders was too far the other way. And then comes Marathon.
Down one, actually.
It was my knight in shining armor. I was but a wee princess burnt out from playing all these extraction shooters that weren't giving me exactly what I needed anymore. And I was really just looking for something new. And boy, did it sweep me off my feet. The honeymoon phase was great. It was so fun.
Man, shut
Yeah, I actually died a shit ton. But losses weren't the worst thing in the world. There was normally pretty reasonable explanations for why I died. I was either out of position, got caught lacking, or some bitch ass assassin was hiding in a corner with a shotgun. You know who you are. Which honestly, as I learned the map and learned better positioning and where to be on each POI, things got better. I started to win fights. And with success comes ego. And with ego comes, you guessed it, more death. But I can say, really, there were only a few things that were real detractors in my early game experience so far. Number one, the assassin. You saw how I reacted to him. Assassin, honestly, still kind of one of the most annoying classes. A fully invisible guy is like a rat's wet dream. He's just crouching around, invisible with a shotgun, waiting in corners. It's beatable, and shout out to Bungie. They put in counters, but early game you don't have very many counters for it. So be careful out there. And if you choose to play them, you're a bitch. But to each his own. And number 2, the only thing that I really felt like was out of place was the sawed-off shotgun. Editor PT here. I know you guys were thinking, what is this guy yapping about? The Waster sucks. I made this the night before they nerfed it into the ground, so this is peak Waster for context. I didn't have another gripe to replace it with, so just roll with it. It feels like when everything is going wrong and you're at the end of your rope, you can just summon Maharaga, aka a double barrel shotgun, and absolutely reverse any misfortune that you had. At least until they realize you have a shotgun. But if you catch anybody by surprise, you could damn near double pump Goku in this game, I swear to God. But honestly, they weren't constantly hampering me, but when they did happen, it did really suck. So, you know, hey, no game's perfect. We're not gonna act like Marathon is.
The energy balance of the weapon, the velocity of the bullet, the sacred thermodynamics of violence.
Nah, this guy's freaked out, yo. Nah, this is too much. But truly, that loop of learning, dying, getting better was the meat of the dish that I call Marathon. But all the exotic toppings were, you guessed it. Or maybe, did you guess it? Guns. If you're in America, of course it was guns. Guns, 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 guns. If you would have told me that in 2026 I would be able to use a battle rifle straight out of Halo and absolutely demolish people, I would have smacked you and your mother. My bad. But that's the case here. Bungie definitely used some of their best weapons from all the history of Destiny and Halo and put it into this game right here. So if you are a boomer like me and you play those Halos or Destinies, you're gonna find you some guns that really bring back the nostalgia. It's amazing. The guns they have currently all look good, they feel good, and boy, do they sound good. But the real game changer here is the mods. As you learn the mod system, you learn how unique and good this game really is. Once you get your stock up, you're playing a new game. Like some of the higher end mods on your guns change the entirety of the gun. I'm not even joking. But that's something to look forward to. The game doesn't get stale after you've collected a handful of loot here. It's not a recycle of the same thing, just changing the color of them. Not only does the color change, so does the abilities of said mod. It's kind of cool to me how you can be using the same gun early game and be using the same gun in game, and they're completely different builds. And I know you're probably like, PT, quit glazing this game. I know Twitter already said it's dead, the jig is up. And I would say that again to my face. I will beat you. As I said before, I'm new, and only on a few occasions have I had an opportunity to use anything similar to a higher end build on Marathon. So yeah, there's a lot more experience I need to have before I truly make my final decision on this game. I'm still mastering Outpost and Cryo Archive. That shit looks like a Dark Souls map turned into an extraction shooter. This game on the surface seems simple, but I believe it has so much to offer to anybody who really takes the time to learn it. And I don't honestly think you need to put in thousands of hours. You don't need to become a sweat, and you can still enjoy this game. Take me, I work a 9 to 5, I have a regular life, I can only play a few hours a day, and I'm still enjoying my time. This is the type of game that we need to get behind. It sets precedence, it's unique, it's experimental, and above all, it's fun. And is that what it's not all about? And I wrote this to pile onto the sentiment that only the people who truly try to experience this game for what it is are actually saying. And casting my vote to let Marathon sit at the table for gaming's future. Bungie, do not make me regret this. We will not bring up Destiny 2's launch. I'm watching you. Keep up the good work. Thank you.